योगः कर्मसु कौशलम्.
Good afternoon. I, Dr. Krunal Soni, thank UGC Human Resource Development Center of Gujarat University for giving me an opportunity to connect with all of you and deliver my session on the topic called use of ICT tools and techniques in modern era of education. Before starting my topic, I should thank Professor Dr. Jagdeep Joshi sir for giving me this platform. As we all are aware about that, UGC HRDC Gujarat University is nowadays flourishing and taking many initiatives to create few online contents for all of us, through which all the teaching fraternities across the Gujarat, not across the Gujarat, but across the India, and many of them are from internationals also, are taking the benefits of e-contents like MOOC development. Nowadays, we have the online refresher course, induction program, PhD courseworks, and everything is going online. And the credit goes to the one of the dynamic leader, that is Dr. Professor Jagdish Joshi sir. He is taking many leads, many initiatives. He is connecting teaching fraternity across the globe at one platform through which we can share this knowledge with all of us and take the benefit from all. So with this note, I will start my session on use of ICT tools and techniques in modern era of education. So I'll share the screen. Yes. So fine. So use of ICT tools and techniques in modern era of education. Forget about the modern era. Before going to the modern era or before recalling of any era, we all know that what does this pandemic taught us, right? There was a situation where we were unable to meet each other, where we were unable to go at any places at to meet anyone, right? There was some restriction, there was a lockdown, right? There was an unlock period also, right? And in this situation, we have uninterrupted education sector in India. So this things is possible just because of the effective and efficient utilization of the tools and techniques of ICT tools, information, communication, and technology, right? These three mediums had made possible for us to reach at some destination and to understand or to connect the faculty fraternity and the students in this modern era of education. And we all have taken many benefits, many initiatives to bridge the gap between the teachers and students on online platforms, right? We have seen that many of the till now, right, the government guidelines is saying that we need to create an online education. So before COVID-19, we have never thought about this online education, right? Or we never have taken the pain to create this online platform to provide the educations to the students. But COVID has made possible for all of us, and this is what the new phase of the modern era of education. Now we cannot assume the education without ICT tool, and we cannot assume the education in fully offline mode. We have to accept this hybrid mode of education till the time the new inventions will not come out in the market. That is what the hard fact reality of this modern era of education. Okay, so now why? What is the purpose? First, we need to understand the purpose of modern era of education. What is the main purpose of modern era of education that we need to understand? So there are two objectives that we can define for the modern era of education. The primary objective, if I need to define, so the first one is employability, right? We all are saying that we need to create a youth in such a way that they have some employability, right? If I'm talking about employability, the hidden meaning or the hidden sense are saying that we need to create the youth in such a way that they have some marketability, right? Employability, marketability means they have some quality, once they get pass out or once they will complete their education, right? That is what creates some values, and it creates some employability, and it creates some what we can say, they can sell themselves, they can sell their quality, they can sell their knowledge to the market, and market will get the benefit, and ultimately they will be able to earn their bread and butter. And that is what we need to understand. So that is why, if I'm saying employability, so employability leads to increasing earning potential and seeking, right? So once you are employable, every organization is ready to take you in their particular setup. But if you want to take yourself to the good organization, or if you are thinking that the good organization called Infosys or IBM Technologies will hire me, so they are not hiring every person, but they are taking out the best employees from the market. And if you want to stand yourself as a best, you have some employability, and employability will leads to increase your earning potential. And when I'm talking earning potential and employability, that means you need to learn each and every new era of technologies, and you have to adopt the technological advancement in the market, or you can say in the modern scenario, right? Then you have to advance your knowledge, and that is why it has been said that advancing knowledge, right? Your knowledge should not be restricted up to certain mediums of education, but you need to go beyond the education, right? If I recall the scenario of 2019 before COVID-19, right? There was offline classes going on, and there was a situation that sometimes we were teaching in the faculty, as a faculty to the students. There was a situation that students might be aware about this topic or might not be aware about this topic. So that was a time, whatever we say, or sometimes even misinformation, when we falsely communicate to the students, they are not going to cross check. But in the modern era of education, where your record that session you are providing to the students, or even if you are going for the online classes, where the students are sitting in front of the monitor or students are sitting in front of their laptop, right? And they have the internet access and they have all the mediums of access where they can, what they can say, they can cross check the content or the information that you have delivered to them during the class, right? So you have to be very accurate enough, your quality should be very good. You should not communicate the false information to the students, right? Otherwise they will directly cross check you, and once it is cross checked, and it might be there, sometimes you are unaware about it, so that feeling is not good during the classroom. So we have to be very updated, and updated means, if I'm talking, the updated means your knowledge should not be restricted to the book level, but you should aware about all the recent trends, all the recent innovation, right? Uh, all the recent know-how or something, whatever coming out in the market, you have to have some knowledge on this particular aspect, at least related to your subject, whatever subject you are teaching, but you should have the knowledge of it. And research and experiment. Research is missing in Indian scenario. We are very less connected with the research part. But believe me, the next scenario will come where the bookish knowledge will not come out, or it is not useful to the students and not to the faculty fraternity, right? So we have to impose more importance to the research and experimentation. The more you will invent something, the more you will connect with the research aspect, the more new things will come out, and that new things, with the help of the technology, you can deliver this benefits to your students. And believe me, market is very intense. Why students will come to you, why students will choose your institute, right? Because the only reason is that the student should have some impact of your institute in their mind, right? You should have some USP in the mind that yes, these activities are going on so and so institute or so and so university, which is not provided by the other university. right? So this is what we need to understand and we need to develop by time and time again. Now, what is secondary objective? So secondary objective is achieving spiritual and mental growth. When I'm saying spiritual and mental growth, that means you have to be very sound while your mental power is concerned, because you need to engage in so many things which you already don't know, right? So spiritual and mental growth will come out when you explore yourself, when you explore your mind, and you will find out something unknown to known, right? You have to make the things from unknown things to known things for the students, right? So those faculties who can be able to do this, they can sustain, or you can say they can flourish in the market. And facilitating better lifestyle and developing scientific output. See, we have to create a better lifestyle for the students, and we have already known that to have the better lifestyle, they should have some employability, and employability will come with them when they have something extraordinary from the market, right? Because nowadays in the perfect competition market is so intense, right? So every corporate will always think about it, why they will hire you and what are the benefits they can take from you. So you should have some benefits in you, and based on that, the corporates will able to get you in their organization, right? So you should have some employability in you, and that is what you need to ensure it from the organizational perspective. Clear? Yes. So, and you have to develop your scientific outlook. Scientific outlook means you have to see each and everything based on the scientific manner, right? If suppose we all are from social science, so if we talk about the stock prices, right? Those who are from finance, right? So if we are talking about stock prices, or if we are talking about what will be the performance of the Sensex, BSE Sensex, or NSE Nifty in the coming time period, right? So to have this trend setting, we should know what are the tools and techniques that we can use for this forecasting model, right? And to forecast this model, you should aware about various softwares related to econometrics and time series, and based on that, you can proceed for this. But to proceed for this, you should have some knowledge of it. Without knowledge, you cannot do anything, right? So we need to develop the youth in such a way that they should have some scientific look, so that they have some employability. Once they have the employability, they have increased amount of earning potentiality. And once they are earning a good amount of money in the market, they can produce the better lifestyle for them also and for their family also. And that is what the responsibility of the faculties and the student as well, to develop a youth in such a way that it creates some fruitful result with the use of ICT tools and techniques. Without ICT tools and techniques, nowadays the education system is not possible, right? Everywhere the ICT tools is available. Yes. So what are the new dimension of higher education? If we talk about the use of ICT tools and techniques in modern era of education, so first of all, we need to understand what are the dimension required for the higher education. So the first is branding, branding and openness quality, branding and openness quality, right? So branding, openness and academic quality. What does it mean? So branding means you have to create your brand, and you can create your brand by doing something extraordinary which is not going on in the market. And that is how you can make a branding of your knowledge, you can make a branding of your institution, and through which you can increase, or you can say you can modernize your education system, right? Through the use of ICT tools and techniques. So the first is promotion of brand and delivering on the promise of the brand, right? This is what we are saying. So we all aware about that every university and every institute have their vision and mission, right? So we are saying that we have a state of art infrastructure, we are providing unstoppable education, right? But many places in India where the education what gets interrupted due to the lack of infrastructure and the lack of internet availability, bandwidth availability, and so on. The students who was living in the remote area, they were facing the problems with the bandwidth. So they were not able to connect with the online classes, right? We are in the urban area and we don't have that much amount of problem, and we have successfully passed, we are successfully passing this scenario. But those who are living in remote area, they were still unable to join the online classes. So what is the loss? So they lost their education, they lost their precious time, right? So the purpose of saying this is you have to create your branding, and branding creates by the commitment. So whatever you have committed, that you need to provide. And if I need to talk about in terms of the education scenario, so education scenario demands state of art infrastructure and good amount of ICT tools, labs of computers, and whatever the other facility required depending upon the need of the course, right? Then an educational brand is often educated to an institution academic reputation. And two major components is openness, that is education is sharing. So without sharing your knowledge, your education should not be fulfilled, right? Because shared knowledge has some power, right? Reserved knowledge has no power, right? So, and that is why we have to share our knowledge and knowledge and information, right? So openness, educational resources, open access, open source and massive open online courses, that is MOOC courses, are regarded as a form of openness, right? So apart from our field of study, apart from our education part, if we want to create our knowledge in some other sectors or in some other area, so what you can do it, you can opt for the online courses in the market, right? So every university are providing massive open online courses, or you can refer the open educational resources which is freely available with us, and you can also enroll yourself in the open access courses also, right? Yes. Then what is the global educational scenario in this modern era, right? So we will think about in a perspective of global. So the first is the National Knowledge Commission, NKC, has observed that teachers are the single most important elements of education system, and the country is already facing a severe shortage of qualified and motivated teachers at different levels. We think about that as a part of India, we have certain problems like we don't have a qualified people. At many places, the positions are empty. Students are not getting the teachers at their educational institute. It is not the situation of India, but at the global level, at some countries, if we talk about Africa, right? If we talk about right now, the Afghanistan scenario is going on. So it is called interrupted education system, right? Where political instability is there. So students cannot enjoy, or the people of the Afghanistan cannot enjoy their freedom in a full manner, right? So the training of teacher is a major area of concern at present, as both pre-service and in-service training of teachers are extremely inadequate and poorly managed in most of the states or most of the countries, right? So training and education is required at every level. We think that once we got the teacher tagline, we don't require any sort of training and we know everything, but it is not like that. Whatever the technological reframes are coming out due to our busyness in the academic work or administrative work, we could not be cope up sometimes with the market, or sometimes we were unaware about the recent modification or recent inventions that has been come out in the market, which is already adopted by few institutions or few faculties in their daily services. And if we are not adopting, so definitely we are creating some distance from them, and it has some adverse effect on our educational quality and at the same time at the reputations of the institute. So teachers training both the levels, from service level and for technical level, at both the level, it is mandatory and it is required, right? And so we need to provide it. Then pre-service training needs to be improved and differently regulated both in public and private institutions, right? We should not be differentiate from public institute or private institute. At both the level, people are working. People need some technological know-how. Even people need to get refreshed. Right now, we are sitting in the refresher course. And why you people have joined the refresher course? Is there any specific reason why you are joining refresher course? Simple. You want to come out from various resource person who have the knowledge of different arena, and they will share their knowledge with the different arena with the use of ICT tools, right? So you will come out with a technological advancement, and the learned technological advancement you can download at your institute to the students. And students are always glad if you have taught something extraordinary as compared to the bookish knowledge, right? And we need to shift it from the book to the online mode, right? So while we all know that the entire world is facing the tough time due to the impact of COVID-19, it has hampered almost all the sectors in more than 200 countries, right? We all know that COVID-19 has put us in a very bad situation where all the countries got locked down, no transportation, nothing was there, and people has seen very tough time in this COVID-19. And being an Indian, we also face the same situation, right? And it has hampered almost all the sectors, including education. But somehow we have tried to revive the sector of education by putting some guidelines on them and by giving more importance to the ICT tools for the education. And we want to cope up with the education system with the modern era with the use of ICT tools in Indian scenario. That was a global scenario. Now we will see the Indian scenario. What is Indian scenario? So India has also faced the major lockdown from March 2020 to almost July 2020, right? So that was a period of lockdown. The 4 months the country got locked down, right? And we were facing many challenges at that particular point of time. Even in the time of unlock period, we were also facing some challenges. And today also, the 100% offline classes has not started. So still, we are using ICT tools, and many feedback that I have received from my institutions to the students. So those who have utilized these tools in a very fruitful manner or very, you can say sincerely, they got more benefited. They got more benefited, right? Because apart from the bookish knowledge, they have used some ICT tools for their knowledge enhancement, subject enhancement, to have in-depth knowledge for the research in that particular area. They have created some invention, they have created some online survey, they have attended online exams, online quizzes, right? And they have also searched few online contents that is a part of their academic curriculum. So this is what the Indian education scenario, and it has also the major impact on Indian education society, and all the academic work is put on hold by the apex body of UGC for the safety measures of the students and faculty. And UN report says that school closures have impacted around 247 million children enrolled in elementary and secondary education in India. This is another part of the Indian scenario, right? So in spite of there are few positive feedback from the students, but if we talk about on the other side of the mirror, so there is a situation as per the UN report that 247 million students in India was not able to get the education online with the help of ICT tools due to some or other unavailability of the infrastructure in terms of the bandwidth and the technological know-how. And this pandemic has also impacted about 28 million children who are attending the preschool education in Anganwadi centers, right? We all know that there are Anganwadi centers is going on, right? So that student was also not able to join it because they are poor people. They don't have mobile phones, they don't have internet access. So that people was not able to cope up with the online education with the help of ICT tools. So in this scenario, many students didn't expect to return to the institute, which they left due to the closures. So might be there was a situation that everyone tried to went at their home, and when the unlock was happening, many people was not able to come back because there was uncertainty, there was a high risk, people had some fear, and that's why many parents has not preferred to send their students to the different location apart from their home location. So many students may enroll in an institution closest to their home. So there was a situation that in spite of the people giving preference to the qualitative institute, there was a time in India that people has given the importance to the nearest location institute because there was a high risk time period and parents don't want to take the risk for their child, but others will be unable to return for their studies. So those who have taken their admission to the nearest location, They were able to join it, but those who have not taken their admissions, they were not able to return from their home location also. And in that scenario, those people who have the proper infrastructure, they have taken the benefit of ICT tools and techniques for their education purpose. And that is what we need to understand the role of ICT tools and techniques. Clear? Yes. So this is what the role of ICT tools and techniques. Okay, then the role of ICT tools in this pandemic, right? So as we all know that this is the recent scenario of pandemic, and in this modern era of this pandemic, what we need to see that. So in this modern era of pandemic, the role of ICT tools is like it is a ray of hope in this pandemic, or you can say in this modern time frame. Why it is a ray of hope in this pandemic? So ITC is become now integral part for today's teaching learning process, right? As from last 1.5 year, or we can say last 2 years, we cannot interact face to face with the teachers and students, and it was bit difficult for all of us, right? So that was a challenging part for all of us to how to mitigate this particular problem in this pandemic. And then gradually ICT has played a significant role in this modern era of education, and countries over the globes are using the ICT tools for teaching and learning process for facilitating information dissemination and communication in all the areas of teaching learning process. As we are not able to meet offline or face to face, how to interact? So this ICT tool has made it possible that online classes is going on, video lectures are going on, online exams are going on, online quizzes are going on, more courses are available, right? So the student has not wasted their times in this pandemic, but those who have effectively utilized this particular things, they have benefited like anything. Of course, I can understand there are few limitations for the ICT tools also, that we cannot monitor the students' activity physically. Yes, that is the most important, or you can say the core aspect of limitations for the ICT based education in this modern era, because we don't know what students are doing it, right? But if we assume that their activities are constant, then the role of ICT tool has made a significant change in this modern era. Of course, we cannot completely bridge the gap of the offline education and online education, but yes, somehow we can say that the ICT tools has bridged the gap between the offline and online classes in this modern era of education. So if we need to consider what are the benefits that student has received through the ICT tools, right? So first is motivate students. How ICT tools motivate the students? So when we teach on offline, right, there is a blackboard and there is a faculty, nothing more than that. Students needs to sit into the infrastructure whatever the college has provided to them, right? But if we talk about the modern ICT based education, and you all are attending this online RC, you can see the difference, right? There is no infrastructure demoralization, or you don't have to rely on anything. You just open your laptop or your PC and you just get open the link, and everything is available for on your desktop. You don't have to ask to anyone what is going on, what is not going on, whether you have heard the content of your faculty or not, right? You have your laptop and you have your microphone, just get it on, and everything is smoothly available with the help of ICT tools in this modern era of education. Second thing is make session more attentive and interesting. How ICT tool make the attractive and attentive? So the reason is, when we have the offline classes, we have some limitation, we have some lack of availability of the instrument while during the classes in offline mode. But if we talk about the online classes, if I am teaching one topic of finance to the students, and if I need to show what is the current exchange rate going in the market, so I just minimize the screen and open the Google Chrome, and I'll type what is the US dollar rate or US Japanese rate, and what is the London pound rate. So I can easily show it to the people. So the live demonstration is possible, you know, when we have one, you can say monotonous class is going on, and when we have the practical session is going on with practical examples and live demonstration. So what does it have the impact on the minds of the human beings? So that creates some importance, some attention from the students, and they will be more attentive because you are showing the live demonstration that they need to perform in the real market. And that is what the most important benefit for the ICT tools and techniques in this modern era of education. And re-energize teachers' motivation. Why re-energize teachers' motivation? Because teachers have so many tools and techniques availability at one point of time. So if I consider that one of the faculty who is teaching on the ICT tools and he is aware about few or little contents about the ICT tools, then he can make the differentiation during his classes, because it will re-energize your motivation, because you know that you are providing good content to the students, you are providing live demonstration to the students, the management of your college is receiving good feedback from the students for you, and these activities will re-energize your motivation. So that we need to understand, right, where the impact of ICT tools is there. You can understand this, right? Student can check the knowledge of the faculty, and if you are standing on their expectations, believe me, the results are something different. Results are something different, right? Learn new skills and techniques, right? You have to learn the new software, new technological advancement which has come out in the market. You need to learn it, right? And through which you can make your subject, you can make your content, you can make your delivery of the session more attractive, more informative, and more knowledgeable to the students. And once you create this particular habits to motivate your students from ICT tools to create a new technology, to learn the technology, to provide them live demonstration, live examples. So that will help the students to understand the concept clearly, right? Many of the time we have experienced during the offline classes that we have taught some concept of our subject to the students, but when it comes to the applicability of the concept, students are blind. Students are blind. They don't know how to apply this particular concept in their session, or you can say in their particular exercise, right? Many of us, those who are from commerce and management, many of you are giving the summer internship project or internship project to the students, and we are teaching many of the concept of finance, marketing, HR. But when it comes to the application part, students also will come to you and ask, sir, where to get download the financial reports of the company, right? This is a situation, right? So that thing should not be happen, right? That thing should not be happen, right? It should not like that students don't know anything, right? So practical applicability must for the online sessions, and you should deliver your content in such a manner so that students will get satisfied with whatever content that you are providing to them. Okay. Then the next slide, the integration of ICT in teaching is general, and teacher education in particular is the need of the day, right? So today is a day that not only students that they need to learn, but this is a time that has came out that not only students, but you also have to learn before you enter into the classroom for taking any particular session for any particular subject, right? Because ICT tool has made, or you can say has done a drastic change in the minds of the students, in the era of the students, and now every contents are openly accessible for the students. And believe me, students are more intellectual than us, and we need to cope with the today's generation, right? And for that we need to learn the new recent come up know-how or recent trends for ICT tools in the market, for at least for our particular subjects. And the use of ICTs can make sustainable changes both for teaching and training, mainly in two ways, right? So how the ICT will make a significant change or drastic change in teaching and learning perception in the context. So the first context, if I need to talk about, is the rich presentations of information, right? Rich presentation of information. When you are delivering your session in offline mode without having any props or without having any backup of contents or backup of any kinds of online softwares or technology, or even with the projectors, so that have a low impact, right? Because psychologically it has been proven that when you show some picturization to the human beings, they are more attractive rather than when you are demonstrating or when you are projecting this particular pictures to the minds of the people. Because projecting skills and techniques should not be there with every individual, but yes, analyzing and looking at the picture and to have some fruitful output from this particular demonstration characteristics, or you can say the quality that every human beings have, and that makes your contents reach, attractive, and students are more pleased when you are explaining any kinds of content with some know-how, with some proof, with some presentation, and that will improve your content delivery while your session is going on through the use of ICT tools and techniques in this modern era of education. And secondly, the vast distribution and easy access to information can change the relationship between teachers and taught, right? And ICT can provide powerful support for education innovation, right? In coming days, research will be most important aspect. So every teaching fraternity, they have to expand their ray and borders with the research aspect. Whatever research doesn't mean that you will imply a good or reach statistical tools and techniques, but yes, with the help of ICT, you should have some information, you should have some data, and you should analyze at least on a basic parameters also, that will have some fruitfulness, or that will have some what we can say, some proof of the content that you are providing in the lectures, right? So that will boost the confidence of students towards you, that whatever you are teaching in the class, it is already proven with the data also, right? So having the data along with the content delivery is always good and useful with the use of ICT tools and techniques. So we all have faced the pandemics. So there are few comments on ICT tools during this pandemic. So from ICT in the school government of UK, what they have commented. So ICT is used as a tool for whole school improvement during this critical time. So there was an education scenario in this pandemic that entire education has been shifted from offline to online mode with the help of ICT tools and techniques, and a hugely powerful medium of transforming teaching and learning and make it unstoppable. There was only one sector which was unstoppable during this pandemic, and that was the education sector, right? And it has possible because of the use of ICT tools and techniques by the teaching fraternity during their online classes, right? The more technological advance you are, the more fruitful content delivery that you are providing to your students, right? About the Mayo Demonstration School of Science and Technology, USA, they have commented that what is critical about the success of Mayo is not the use of technology, but expectations of children and educators to work collaboratively in this pandemic situation. So there was one situation also, those who are teaching the live subjects called accounting, finance, statistics, right? So there was a challenge for them, right? You don't have a board, you don't have your blackboard. So how to teach, and how to teaching is not important, but the understanding of the students is also important. So there was a challenge for those faculties who are teaching the practical subject through the online mode for the first time, right? So that was also the scenario in this pandemic. But yes, ICT made it possible. There was a few blackboard has been come out, right? The marker pen has been come out through which you can write on your screen, right? And everything is possible just like you are sitting in the offline classes. And that made it possible through the use of ICT tools in the education sector, right? And about the Apple classrooms of tomorrow projects. So broader implications of schooling become apparent. Meaningful use of technology in school be realized during this difficult time and goes far beyond just dropping technology into classroom. right? So they have just not dropped the technology in the classroom. By the time our sites were reporting new kinds of outcomes for the students. So which kind of outcomes? So we had witnessed what amounted to a transformation of their learning cultures. For example, teachers' instructional belief and practices underwent an evolution, and we believe the improvement in students' competencies to be a result of teachers' personal appropriations of the technology, right? So depending upon the adaptations or belief of students, belief of the teachers to adopt the technology, the pandemic has taught us those who have adopted this technology without having argument or without having fear, they have created wonders for them, right? And those who have not accepted in the initial phase, gradually they need to adopt. But the time is running very fast. Every day, the new inventions, new technology, new eras are coming out, and we need to move on with the time as being a part of this competitive environment. And that is what we all need to understand this, right? So we need to cope up with the technological advancement. Then why we need ICT in higher education? So the face of classroom is changing now. You cannot expect that 100% attendance will be there in the classroom. So the teacher should prepare to keep up with the technology utility in the classroom. And ICT is not only an essential tool for teachers in their day-to-day work, but also offers them opportunities for their own professional development. In conventional teaching, most of the time is consumed for the input, output, and less time for the process, right? We were not giving much importance to how to do this. We just saying to the students that yes, there is an inverse relationship between demand and supply, or you can say demand and price, right? But we were not giving importance to the process how, right? And that made it possible with the use of ICT tool. We can show the live demonstration to the students regarding whatever data you want to opt from the websites, right? Even financial data, you can show it to the BSc NSC official website. If you want foreign exchange rate, you can show it on the online to the students, and you can make it understand what is the relation between the price and the demand, right? Supply and the price, right? So this is what is possible through the online classes. But in teaching with ICT, the input output time is reduced and processed. So with the use of ICT tool, the input output time has been reduced, right? I just need to open the Google Chrome and I can show it whatever I want to show it to the students, because my monitor is working as a blackboard for them, right? But with the live demonstration, with the movement of the person and the movement of the content also, right? So when that process time is increased, time for students activity, discussion, correlation with the subject, brainstorming and teaching learning will also increase, right? So when your processing time has been reduced, what you can do it? You can explain your concept or content in a more detailed manner by showing live demonstration examples, process through showing the process. You can ask for some questions to the students for their brainstorming, why, what, how, when, right? So this is possible with the use of ICT tools. And with the use of ICT tools, this kind of practices has been increased significantly in the market for all of us. Okay, that is why ICT tools that has been used, one terminology for ICT tools, that is blessings in disguise, right? There was a tough time for us, but in this tough time, the ICT tool has played a significant role for all of us, not even in education sector, for all the sectors, right? If we talk about the IT sectors, so IT sector employees don't need to go at their workplace. Even in today's also, right? There are few colleagues of mine also that they are still working there by sitting at their home, right? So we have never thought about the scenario, but yes, it is possible. And this is possible through the use of ICT tools and techniques. But we are speaking to the topic that ICT tools and techniques in the modern era of education, right? So there are two perspectives when we are talking about ICT tools in the modern era perspective, right? So the first perspective is from the student perspective, and the second perspective is from the teacher's point of view. So if we talk about first the student's perspective, So student perspective is saying that design the mixed model of textbook and technology in this pandemic, which is best suitable for the techno-friendly and modernized new generation. So we are merging two scenarios. First is the pandemic, and second one is the technological advancement, that is modern scenario. So in this scenario, we should not rely only on textbook and we should not rely only on technology, right? Because few theory, few models, if we need to learn, we need to rely on the textbook aspect. But yes, by learning these theoretical things and formulas from different model, we can apply this theoretical and formula knowledge on the practical scenario, right? So basically, I'm a faculty of finance. So if I need to forecast the model, right? So I should know what are the various forecasting model formulas, right? So let's suppose capital structure, right? So there are various approach of capital structure: net income approach, net operating income approach, Modi, Gilani, and Miller approach, right? So there are various approaches, but for these approaches, we should know the basic fundamentals of this approach and the formulas. And for that, we need to rely on the textbook, right? But based on this model, if I need to make some prediction, so how can I do this? Definitely, I can perform this with the hands-on practices, right? Through the offline mode, but it is very time consuming, right? But once we know the formula, once we know the theoretical formulation, once we know what is the application of this particular model, once we know how to interpret the particular results for this particular topic, then definitely we can use some software for this particular things, and we can save our time, we can save our effort, and we can get the fruitful result in a structured manner, which is useful for the students to make it understand in a better manner without having any administrative or writing errors, right? So this is possible through the use of ICT tools. Then evolved as a platform for new learning to sow in them seeds of creativity. So ICT tool has created some eagerness in the minds of the students to rely more on the creativity rather than sitting idle and just having the bookish knowledge to their minds, right? So students are getting more creative in this pandemic time period. Yes. Then ICT tool gives access to students to do any course at any point of time by connecting themselves with the best of faculties, right? So any faculties can create their contents, their delivery. Right now, as a resource person, I'm creating my content. I don't know who is my students or something, but those who are sitting in the refresher course, they will take the benefit of this. This is a live example for us, right? So ICT tool has given access to any people at any point of time. They can connect with you and they can get the benefit of your knowledge, right? So this is what possible through the use of ICT tool, and it is a cost friendly. You don't have to have so much infrastructure. You need to have buy some instrument or something. You just need your laptop or mobile phone, and you should have the connectivity in your mobile phone, and you can have the access of every mediums of ICT tools and techniques almost, right? So this is possible through the use of ICT tools. So, and from teachers perspective, ICT tools are empowering them and helping them even in the time of epidemic to connect with fellow teachers virtually and to continue their teaching to reduce the loss of education to children and improve the things further, right? So teachers can use this platform for delivering their knowledge, their session, at the same time to conduct the exams and to connect the vivas or something. Whatever you can want to do, you can do it online. If you want to conduct any survey for your research also, you can do it online, right? So everything is possible through the online medium of technology. It fills the broad gap between those who have access of a variety of contents in different language and those who do not have. This is most important thing. Earlier, there was some situation that we were in some particular segments or we were in particular setups. There might be possibility that from our management side, we might get permission to go or we might not get the permission to go. But with the use of ICT tools, you don't rely or upon the permission, or even if you are not hampering the working of your organization, right? So while working on the organization, you can also have the access with a good resource person, and you can attend their recorded session also, and you can attend the live sessions also. and the knowledge that you are getting from this particular sessions through FTPs, workshops, seminars, conferences, that you can implement for your further enhancement, and the same thing you can download it to your students also in the coming time period. But yes, this is possible through the use of ICT tools, right? And that is one things that is very common in our teaching fraternity, that we should always upgrade it, right? If you are outdated, you don't have the market employability and market value, right? So we need to keep updating, and you can update yourself in the recent scenario with the use of ICT tools and techniques maximum, right? ICT tools have the power to make teachers reach on a limited number of students, which is not possible in a physical classroom. There was some limitations of the physical classroom that you can meet up to 50 students or 60 students as per the UGC guidelines to have the maximum number of students per class. But ICT tools has leave these barriers as far as the teaching and teachers and students class is concerned. You can teach 200 students at one point of time also. So that is made possible with the use of ICT tools. So in a single effort, you can connect with the multiple students. In a single efforts, you can connect with the multiple students. That is possible through the use of ICT tools. And where dropout rates are higher and students do not often attend schools on a regular basis due to restricted timetable, as they have served as a working hand on their parents. There was few students also in our classroom when we were teaching in offline. So there was few students, those who are helping their families for the monetary aspect. So sometimes it might be possible that they are not attending our lecture due to their availability at the job place. But due to the ICT tools, they can access our recorded session, they can access our live session by sitting at any place in the world, and they can get the knowledge of the content, right? This is possible with the use of ICT tools, and that is why it has been written that ICT tools is a blessing in disguise. In whatever situations you are stuck up, but ICT tool will make your efforts less, and maximum benefit you can get it in your what you can say in a stuck up time period, right? So this is possible through the use of ICT tools and techniques. Yes. Then modern tools of ICT in teaching learning process. Might be many of you have already used that, but I'm just showing you over here what kind of ICT tools that we have used in last 2 years period in this pandemic to make our education system in more modernized manner with the help of ICT tools and techniques. So these are the question marks. So if you can guess it over here, but I'll not spare much time on it. I'll directly come to the various platforms of online courses provided by the various platforms. So online courses platform for students and faculties. As you can see that Swayam, Coursera, Harvard University is providing many courses on this, right? So you have some access of it. Then Byju is there. IIM Bangalore is providing certificate courses, and Google is also providing free digital certificate courses for all of us, right? So you can get the maximum benefit of this particular platforms. Swayam is UGC approved platform. We all know that, and as of teaching fraternity, we need to improve our API score. So whenever you are making any MOOC courses, they have some weightage in the API scores also, right? Even Swayam are providing many other courses also that you can access on it, right? Even Gujarat University, HRDC is also providing many MOOC courses on Swayam portal. So you can have the access and to take the benefit of it. So we should thank for this Gujarat University, HRDC, and the effort that has been provided by Dr. Jagdish Joshi sir. Then online classroom teaching tools. What are the online classroom teaching tools that we have used in this modern era? So Zoom is there, Classroom is there, GoToMeeting is there, Microsoft Team is there, Google Meet, Schoology, Big Blue Button. So these are the various platforms through which you can connect your online classes for the students, and you can teach them flawlessly. Right? There is no limitations of it. Right? There is no time boundaries of it. There is no boundaries of number of times you can have the access. Anytime you can open the Google Meet and you have the access of your classes. Right? So this is what it's possible through the ICT tools that has made a significant changes in the teaching society. There are online quiz platforms are there. Google Form Quiz, Think Exam, Flexi Quiz, Testmos.com, and Proofs Quiz Maker, right? So many of you are aware about the concept of Google Form Quiz, but I will show you some other platform just like a Testmos.com, right? So let's go with the Testmos.com first. How to create the online quizzes for us. So let's go with the Testmos.com. Yes, so this is Testmos.com. If you type Testmos.com over here, so this will appear, right? So here you can write build a test, means if you are making a test, then you can select on build test. But if you are a student, right, then you have to appear for the test. But for that you will have some link access. So you have to click over here, build a test, so you can build a test for your students. Right, so if I'll go into this, the new window will open. Yes, so you can write over here the test name. Let's suppose if you have your subject called the financial management, right? So you can write over here financial management SEM 3, right? Financial management SEM 3. Choose the password. Here you have to give the password to the students. Let's suppose if I'm giving password over here 1 2 3 4, and we need to repeat over here 1 2 3 4. This password you need to remember, right? And you can see the limitations. Here you have to ask 50 questions and maximum 100 respondents should be there. So if you have a 200 students, what you need to do? You need to create 2 separate tests for them. The questions would be similar, but 2 separate tests will be there. So if you have a 200 students, so you can write in the bracket over here test 1. Yeah, so roll number 1 to 100, right? Roll number 1 to 100. So those who are falling under roll number 1 to 100, they will appear for this test, right? So create test, you have to click. So this will appear on this create test. So these are the few ICT tools that I'm showing you. So you are here over here. So first we have completed this part, that financial management SEM 3, roll number 1 to 100. This is your test name. Then you have the dashboard. Then you have the settings, questions, right? So first of all, this is dashboard, right? Adjust setting, add questions, publish and distribute, and result. So you have to click over here, adjust setting. So yeah, there are few options are there through which you can make a different settings over here. So these are the themes. First is introduction. The text is displayed at the top of the text. You can use it to write your instruction. Let's suppose if I want to write all questions are compulsory to attempt, right? This is the instruction that I'm writing on the top of the test. Here you can select the various themes of this. So let's suppose if I'm selecting blue theme, not important much, right? Then show all the test question on one page. This is also available, but if you want, show one question per page. So generally we are picking this option to avoid the unusual practices during the examination. So navigation setting, allow the students to jump around to different questions in the test. Only allow the students to move forward after answering a question. So we give this option. Anyways, you can jump around if you want. After each question is answered, indicate if the student's response was correct or incorrect. If you want to show in exam, but in examination, generally we are not showing it. Otherwise, there is no exam for us. But yes, if you are conducting any survey or something or light test or something, so that you can prove it, otherwise not. Display the correct answer, so you should not select this. Show the explanation, you should not select this. Don't show anything. So this option you need to select. Other settings, randomize the order of questions during the test. Most important things that almost we need to do it. And conclusion text. The text is displayed after test is submitted. So usually Google Form may be your option. Thank you for your response. So same thing you can write over here. Thank you for your kind response, right? Right. And at the end of the test, if you want to display your score, you can select. If you don't want to display, you can remove. And test outline, indicate if the response was correct or incorrect. We don't want to show it because it is exam. Display the correct answer, we don't want to show it, and display the explanation. So entire option you can remove it, right? Score and test outline, we don't want this. So who can take your test? Anyone? No, anyone who enter the password. So here you can give the password and you can share with the students. Let's suppose if I'm giving 1 2 3 4 over here, rather than I can give 5 6 7 8. This is the password that I need to share it with the student. Earlier, when I have created the test, I had given the password 1 2 3 4. So whenever I am going to access my account with this particular test to see the scores of everything, I need to put my login password 1 2 3 4. But the test password is different from login password. So 5 6 7 8, I'm giving the password. Anyone who enters a unique identifier from a list and that I specify. Anyone who enters an email ID from a list that I specify. If you need email ID, you can write it. Timer, कितने time period के लिए आपको test रखना है? Let's suppose 10 minutes. And how many times can someone can take your test? Only one time. So from one email ID, one answer is possible with one roll number, right? So duplications of efforts you can also control over here. And what should test taker enter to identify themselves? So enter your name, right? Here you can write, अगर आपको roll number लिखना है, so you can change it with enter roll number, right? So that is what you can do it, right? And then you can press save, right? So that settings will be saved. Then you can put over here the questions, right? So I want to go for multiple choice questions, not multiple response question, right? So I want to go over here. If you want to upload your direct file, so you can upload it from this option also. If you have your Word file ready, so you can upload over here also. But let's suppose if I'm going with one option, right? So recently the Bhuj movie has been released. So I can ask the question, Bhuj is located in which state? In which state? So I have the options called Punjab, Rajasthan, Gujarat, and Maharashtra. Right. So these are the options are there. Clear? These are the various options for this particular question. Now you need to show, and here you can show the weightage of the question. If you want to change it weightage, you can click over here. If you want to reduce, you can click over here. Right? Is that clear? Fine. So the answer is Gujarat. Right. So I have put my server over here. Gujarat is the correct answer. Right. Then save. So my question has been saved over here. Clear? So my question has been saved over here. If you want to add more question, you can go to over here and it will copy paste the same thing, but you can change your questions over here. So that is how you can create your test, and once you save it, right? So it will allow you to go for publish option. It will allow you to go for the publish option, right? It will allow you to go for publish option. Clear? Yes. So now I'm going with the publish option. So you can click over here, publish, and yes, so you can click over here, publish. So the test will give you this you need to make it copy and paste in some documents. So whenever you are sharing with the students, so this is a link for the students to go, and this is a password for the students to appear. Let's go ahead with this. I'm clicking on this and I'm entering into the test. So yes, enter your roll number. So I'm writing my roll number 12, and passcode to appear for this test is 5678 5678, and I can easily go into the test. Right. So I'm entering into the students, right? So this is the first instruction that we have given. When the students will start the exam, all questions are compulsory to attempt. Right. Then you can press on continue. So this is Bhuj is located in which state? So Gujarat is the one answer. Another question is the same. So another is Gujarat. And here if I'll go with the finish, so it will display the message. Thank you for your kind response that we have given. And then students needs to log out. And students needs to log out. So now as an administrator, now we can enter into the test, right? Administrator. So administration password is there. Do you remember 1 2 3 4? Yes. So 1234 is a login password. So I can show the results of the students that I have received. So you can see that results. Result you have to select over here. Result. So you can see that roll number 12 has appeared the test, and he has appeared all the test, and result is 100%. Both the questions are correct. Both the questions are correct with the answer. You can, if you put your cursor over here, it will show you the answer also. And the time duration that students has taken is 8 seconds. Clear? And you can export the results of the students by clicking over here. Right? You can explore the result of the students by clicking over that. Clear? And here you can show the response grid also. Diagramical representations also you can see that. Right? This is a diagram. See that histogram, score histogram. That you can see that. So you can get the average also. Point grid is also available. Point grid also you can check this. This is also make it possible with the use of ICT tools. So these are the modern tools and techniques that we need to apply in our modern era of education, where I can reduce my efforts. So you can see that the results has been downloaded over here. So I can easily access to that with the Excel file, right? So this is how you can perform these things in your academics in the modern era of ICT tools and techniques. See that this is the score. यहाँ पर we have not taken name, we have taken roll number. Clear? So roll number, name की जगह roll number is 12. Started date and date, time taken, percentage, that is your results. Points earned, that is 2 points, right? Points possible, highest mark was 2, earned is 2, so result is 100%. Question and the answer, question and the answer. Clear? So this is how you can go for it for this particular exercise. Clear? Yes. So yes. So now, so other common tools that you can create your YouTube videos also, right? You can have the content link materials on various platforms, right? And you can create your own language also, ICT tools, Doordarshan radio program. Government has also started the few standard classes on Doordarshan or radio programs where students can learn by listening the audio lectures also, and on the Doordarshan there was audio and video lecture, both was there. So there was a math classes, English classes was going on the Doordarshan also. So that was possible with the use of ICT tools, and creation of various online learning platforms for the students like Diksha, Let's Learn English. So these are the various platforms for the students. And future roles of the students is teacher sees their role evolving around the character building and teaching moral ethics to students who are spending time in front of computers. And the tech generation who is graduating now will acquire powerful dedication, making positions in approximately 7 years. Their knowledge and abilities about using technology will influence education's directions and result in major innovation. So whatever you are teaching, whatever things that students are accessing with the help of techno generation time period, right? So you have you have to build some decision power in them, right? And through which they can give some major innovation and practices, right? And teachers who are experts in certain fields can also offer specific disciplines over internet to numerous students in various countries, right? So you can, once you have the expertise in certain contents, you can also make your own contents, and you can share it with the students, and students have the access to this. And future roadmaps for India to enhance ICT infrastructure. So India must focus on enhancing network connectivity issues in what we can say the poor remote areas. Then telecom sectors needs to have additional mobile towers implementations. The right of way policy announced in 2016. There was a BharatNet project must be completed on high priority basis before 2022, so that scalable network infrastructures can be accessible with a broadband connectivity plan for household as a part of mission of Digital India. That was the aim of the Modi government, right? So learning centric student friendly tablets on subsidized rate, which is Modi government is already providing this, and which is very good initiatives taken by this current government to provide the tablets to the students before pandemics also. So broad vision is required, like this government has seen. The Ministry of Telecom, especially TRAI, should come forward and work on providing student-friendly data packs. India also needs to focus on developing ICT-friendly contents, right? We have discussed a lot, many things on this, so I'll not spare much time on this. So making our government schools as ICT resourceful school. So now we need to have the modern infrastructure government school rather than having no facility at the government school. So students should attract at both the levels, private and government. They both should provide the competencies to each other so that the effectiveness of government school should also maintain, and private school also focus on more technological driven environment to beat the governmental schools. So this corona crisis has taught us that we need to focus on learning of the children in the long run, and for that ICT tools can play a significant role by creating multiple contents, easy access and everything. So questions that you all need to decide and you have to work on it. What have you experienced in your own work with regards to the use of ICT tools as a part of your assignments? And if you have noted changes in your own philosophy of practice, please describe them. You can write in your own language with 7 to 8 points, right? So you will come to know what significant difference that ICT tool has made in your day-to-day life, and especially in this pandemic and the modern era of technological time period. Now, as a teacher, I will show you one thing, that you can create your own portfolio on the with the use of ICT tools and platforms. Clear? You can create your own portfolio and you can create your own database for it. Yes. Yes. So there is one profile called Vidwan InflipNet ID, right? So if you want to create your CV, right, with all the details that you need to kept online, you don't have to save your CV or your content, your data through your computer or something. So if any data loss is there, you should not lose everything, but you keep your record on the online, right? This is cloud-based system, right? And it is very good platform for all the teaching fraternity to use the Vidwan InflipNet ID, right? Where you can show your scores also based on the research achievements, your profile, your educations, right? Everything will be there as far as the Vidwan InflipNet is concerned, right? So it is very good platform for all of us, right? So if you go into the vidwan.inflipnet.ac.in, so you will have your profile over here. So you can see that my profile code is 204677, right? So if you go into this, you can access my profile also, right? So you can see that every content is there. My profile score 6.1. I have added 8 articles, even though I'm taking your lecture, but I have not added the recent more 8 articles over here. 6 conferences. Now it is more than 20, but I have not included in this. So this is publications, histogram wise, year wise. You can see that. And publications, here I have 14 publications with my co-authors, and everything will be there as a part of it, right? Then you can write small description about your own profile regarding your department, your expertise in the subjects, and what you are basically doing. Here your demographic profile and your basic introduction is there, right? So then here your experience is there, in which institute or organization you have worked previously. Here is your qualification, you can write over here, right? Honors and award if you have received, so you can put over here also honors and received. And membership, if you have any professional body membership, you can put over here also. And the publications will be loaded over here. But there are all the sections is given to you, but whenever if somebody is asking for your profile, right, and if you want to provide your profile, how to go with this, how to provide your profile to somebody who is asking for your profile, right? So you can easily provide your profile from the Vidwan InflipNet ID. Clear? You can easily provide. You can put your ORCID ID over also here also. You can provide your Google Scholar ID also over here, right? So this all things is possible with the help of Vidwan InflipNet ID, where you can put your registration over here, right? So I need to log in over here, and then you can download. Nobody can else download your profile, but yes, definitely you can download your own profile. Clear? Yes. So this is what I want to share with you all, right? So if you go into this Vidwan InflipNet ID profile, so you can download your profile easily from here, but I have not logged in over here, so it is not allowing me to download. But if I go into the registration, it will definitely allow me to download, right? So with this end, I'm ending my session over here. Thank you so much for providing me this opportunity to the UGC HRTC Gujarat University. And again, I would thank Professor Dr. Jagdish Joshi sir for giving me this platform.